All right, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Brad Gottschall. I am the Township Manager here in Lower Paxton, and in typical fashion, I'm going to give a brief summary of this evening's pretty brief agenda. Tonight is a business session of the Board of Supervisors, and we do this, of course, to assist those who may be watching at home on television. So this evening's agenda does begin under new business. First, the board will take action to approve an agreement for the sale of commercial real estate. After which, the board will take action to adopt Resolution 2024-15, which authorizes the submission of a CFA grant for the Briarsdale Road Improvements Project. After that, the board will take action to adopt Resolution 2024-16, which again authorizes yet another grant application submission, this being for the PADCED STMP grant process for Phase 3. Following that, then the board will take action on a number of improvement guarantees, the payment of township and authority bills, and then finally hear any last announcements before finally making a motion to adjourn. With all that said, members of the board are seated and prepared to conduct business. Thank you very much.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Lower Paxton Township Board of Supervisors to order. We will have the Pledge of Allegiance, and it will be led by Supervisor Navarro.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before the meeting tonight, the board met in executive session. We had information from our IT person telling us all about how we are secure here in Lower Paxton Township with all of our technical 839 devices that he told us that he manages every day. And we will be meeting afterwards in executive session also. Approval of the minutes. We have minutes from the 6/4/24 Board of Supervisors meeting. Is there any question? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment. Is there anybody for public comment tonight? Nobody. Okay. Chairman and board members' comments. We want to welcome the Harrisburg Police Athletic League to Lower Paxton Township. They've moved from Harrisburg City up on 6th Street, and they chose Lower Paxton Township to have their facility. So welcome, Harrisburg Police Athletic League. Dr. Charles Stewart is the executive director, so we're happy to have them here. Just a reminder, tomorrow night is National Night Out. We'll be at George Park. Hopefully there will be no rain. From 5 to 8. This is a family event, so hopefully everybody will come out to George Park. There'll be bouncy houses, all kinds of civic groups will be there. There'll be food. The variety band will also be playing, so hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow night. Last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I sit on the executive committee for the PSATS, Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors. I represented Lower Paxton Township for 3 days at 3 meetings in Macungie, PA. So great way to network with other supervisors from all over the Commonwealth. Okay, I'm going to try and keep it together here. It'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday. We lost one of our detectives very unexpectedly, and we want to give our sympathies to his family and his parents. And at this moment, could we please do a moment of silence for Detective Steve Wirtz? Okay, thank you. Do any other board members have any comments tonight?
You think that's bad? You should have seen her at the funeral.
You should have seen everybody at the funeral. It was, what a tribute to Detective Wirtz. It was absolutely awesome. Yep. Okay, any more board member comments? Okay, manager's report, Mr. Gottschall.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board. I have a very special comment for this evening. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, but with us this evening in this vast public audience tonight is Mr. Robert Hayes. Robert is with us this evening. He began his new role as the township's GIS manager last Monday, taking over the position upon the resignation of Alex Manikis as he went on to pursue another industry. Rob, a transplant of New York, has a great background in serving a number of towns up there in New York in planning, zoning, and GIS functions, most previously serving as GIS technician for the town of Brookhaven. Mr. Hayes has quickly gotten to work assessing the township's needs and capabilities and already has an impressive understanding of where to begin here. I'm excited to have him on staff, where I know he's going to continue making great contributions, innovating our longstanding exceptional operations, and taking us to the next level of all things geographic information systems. So Rob, hello. Why don't you come to the podium here? Let me just ask you one question, if I could, particularly for the benefit of the board here. What excites you the most about getting to work with Lower Paxton Township?
I'd have to say there's a lot of potential with the GIS system. I worked in 3 different municipalities. They each had their own enterprise GIS system, which hopefully maybe down the road we can consider doing here. Enterprise meaning you host it on premises, you're not outsourcing it to Esri. And it was always built by somebody else. So this is my opportunity to get on the ground floor of something. I mean, we technically already have a GIS system, which has been worked on, but it's for me to basically do all the data editing and centralizing everything onto a central database and recreating all the maps could take a few months versus years of back engineering, 20 or so years of someone else's work. So there's a lot of potential GIS wise for the town. If an enterprise system were to be implemented, it would be a couple pennies to pay for it, but you would end up saving dollars in the end. You optimize everything that GIS touches. You effectively you optimize all the performance and the efficiency of the operations. So something I'm looking forward to working on.
Great.
Welcome.
Yeah, at this time, Rob, because you don't know us, so how about if we introduce ourselves to Rob? So go ahead.
I'm Supervisor Paul Navarro.
Norm Zumas.
Robin Lindsay.
Hi, Rob. I'm Chris Judd.
Pamela Thompson.
Yeah, and we welcome you. So
Thank you.
yeah, so from the cold New York to, we don't have a whole lot of snow here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Great. Well, welcome to the Lower Paxton Township family.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Appreciate it. It's good to
And
be here.
who do you have with you?
My lovely girlfriend, Michelle.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle.
Welcome, Michelle. Welcome. We have a lot to offer here in Lower Paxton Township, so lots of shopping, as you can see, on the main
Yeah.
drag. So
We have a mall for sale if you're interested.
great. Well, listen, welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for choosing us for your employment.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You all should definitely come out to National Night Out tomorrow. It'll give you a good introduction to the township.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do that.
Yeah,
Thank
The
you.
hurricane doesn't run through.
Brad, I thought you were going to ask him for 3 adjectives to describe yourself. Thank goodness he didn't do that.
That might have been in the interview.
That's for
Great.
sure.
Well, thank you so much. You're more than welcome to stay for the meeting, or you guys can go. It's okay. That's not an issue. Okay. But thank you so much
Yeah,
for
nice
attending. We
meeting you.
appreciate it. Now we can put a name with a face. So great. Okay. Thanks you.
Yep. Have a good night.
Okay. Are you done, Brad? Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Old business, there's nothing. New business. We have action to approve an agreement for the sale of commercial real estate. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, the township has engaged a number of experts and consultants to continue its exploration of the future of our municipal office footprint. As part of that exploration, the board this evening has for its consideration this agreement for the sale of commercial real estate. The agreement, when approved, will set forth the parameters of the township's interest in certain property and provide staff direction on how to proceed. It is at this time in order for the board to approve that agreement, and I would be happy to help answer any questions if you may have any.
Do the board members have any questions on the agenda item? Okay. With that, do I have a motion to approve an agreement for the sale of commercial real estate?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement for the sale of commercial real estate and provide the township manager with signatory authority and authorization to further negotiate within the parameters of industry professional expectations.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, action to adopt Resolution 2024-15, authorizing the submission of ACFA MTF grant application for the Briarsdale Road Improvements Project and designating signatory authority. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board. Yes, the board is fortunately at this time becoming particularly familiar with the CFA, which is the Commonwealth Financing Authority, which has granted the township already a number of grants. The MTF is the Multimodal Transportation Fund. So just to put some context behind all those letters, but the Briarsdale Road Improvements Project is really one of the only industrial parks within the township. This is an area called the Union Square Industrial Park. It's an area that the township continues really annually and even more than that to get some concerns from businesses located within that industrial park relative to the condition of the roadways. It is, of course, an area where heavy truck traffic is a constant, and so degradation of the roadway network there is quite really actually quite impressive, unfortunately. It includes a number of roads such as Briarsdale, of course, Corey Road, Katy Court, Fenton Avenue, and Dana Drive. And this resolution before the board this evening does authorize staff to submit an application for grant funding in the amount of $2,260,000, $2,260,090 flat. Again, from the CFA. And that would help the township in making mitigation efforts to that road system. So I'd be happy to help answer any questions that the board may have on this resolution.
Have we ever applied for one of these grants before?
We have, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Were
yep.
we successful in getting a little bit?
I'd have to check what the award amount was, and I believe we have, yes, but
Okay.
I'd have to
I
give
was
you
just saying
specifics on
because
that.
it's such a huge amount that we're applying. Do we know what we would have to add to that $2 million in order to take care of that, of the roads back there?
Yeah, so along with this action, well, not specifically with this action, but we're going to be including in this action a waiver request, basically to waive the township's local match.
Okay.
Because again, this kind of, as it relates to our entire road network, this unfortunately is an area where it's not particularly high priority, and its expenditure of township dollars at this point really isn't contemplated in our capital improvement plan. So if we can get the grant, great. If not, it's really not a high priority as it relates to the overall infrastructure. So our match would be zero. Long answer.
Okay. Board members, do you have any questions for Mr. Gutschall?
I'm sorry, I do.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Do we know yet how we go about accessing the Biden administration infrastructure funds that are coming down the pike, and some of them may already be here?
Oh, yes, certainly. Actually, the Public Works Director and I know at least one or two of his staff recently sat through what I believe it's the Federal Department of Transportation, DOT, calls the boot camp. I think that's what they're calling it. But anyway, it's a program that basically puts the township, certainly not on a short list, but it gives us some priority points if we were to apply for those, any number of those grant programs. So we're kind of already trying to take steps to put us in the best position to apply for some of that money. But certainly we are constantly looking at those programs to see what would make sense and where. So yes.
Okay, so would those funds be an appropriate match for this program that we're currently talking about?
I'm not sure. I probably not in this specific instance because the
I don't think you'd be allowed to.
Yeah, we'd have to check if we were allowed to, number one, but number two, the deadline for this particular application is looming, like we have to actually approve this tonight, to get it into the CFA.
And we might have higher priority uses for the federal money that,
On other roads?
yeah, and this,
okay.
well, I would imagine.
Yeah,
But this one just happens to apply for what we need, and it's there, and we're gonna go for it. But it'd be interesting to see what we can do with the federal money, too.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try.
I'm glad
I mean,
we're-
every dollar
Get-
counts.
Get to the boot camp,
Yeah.
that'll be good.
yep, they did that, and yes.
Okay. With that, do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2024-15?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next on the agenda, action to adopt Resolution 2024-16, authorizing the submission of DCED STMP grant application Phase 3. Mr. Gutschall.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board. As the board is now aware, the township for actually a couple of years now has been involved with the Pennsylvania Department of Economic Development, Community and Economic Development, DCED, their STMP program, which stands for the Strategic Management Planning Program. In its first phase, it basically allowed us to hire a consultant to come in and identify a wide-ranging number of recommendations for either the purchase of new software or changes to internal policy or financial policies, and also allowed us to create kind of the real good structure for a multi-year budget. That was phase one. Phase two, we are just wrapping up here. Actually within this week or so, and then phase three is before the board this evening, and each one of these phases in phase 2 and 3, and hopefully subsequent phases as well, really provides for 50% funding from DCED on any number of projects that we identify in these grant applications. So this resolution and this particular grant application for phase 3 would include 3 separate programs or projects, one of which being a strategic management plan and performance management system development consultant. That would be a consultant that would come in and help the township with establishing a strategic management plan, which would kind of be like a board retreat and really establishing vision and long-term goals for the board and for the township. And also consultation on the development of a performance management and measurement program, which would allow us to really establish key indicators and really start to tie, hopefully one day, those key indicators and our performance management with things such as budgeting or really just how we're operating day to day. Project number 2 in this grant application would be a business plan development for the compost facility, which would include things such as site operation, site management, and land stewardship as well. Also to include things such as, things that we hear from time to time, such as sound complaints or concerns and things such as that. And then project number 3 would be a 3-year licensing subscription for a new customer relationship management software, a CRM software, and that would basically allow us to better track and manage constituent communications, allow our receptionist, I couldn't think of the word, receptionist, to log and manage constituent communications and things like that, just to ensure that we're getting back to folks timely and things like that. So all 3 of these projects are included in this grant application. The total of those 3 projects comes in the amount of $184,396. And again, DCED would pick up 50% of that. So the township match would be $92,198. So pretty good deal. And again, we hope to, after we're done with this phase, continue with even further phases of partnership with DCD. So be happy to help answer any questions the board may have.
Any questions?
Pretty much explains it.
Yeah, okay. All right, do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2024-16?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Submission and land improvement guarantees, we have a lot of them. I'm just waiting, got it, okay. Autumn's Oaks Phase 3, Shaybrook Phase 2, 783 North 67th Street, 1120 Wenrick Street. Autumn Oaks Phase 4, Take 5, Blue Ridge Phase 2, 2402 Kensington Way, 6450 Devonshire Heights Road, Allentown Boulevard, Warehouse, Wise Market, SWMP. Do I have any questions from the board on any of the improvement guarantees? I ask that whoever is going to make the motion to approve the improvement guarantees, could you make one motion, including all of them except for Shaybrook Phase 2, and then we will do that one on a separate motion. So do I have a motion to approve the improvement guarantees except for Shaybrook Phase 2?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I need a motion for Shadebrook Phase 2.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Could I have a roll call, please, Ms. Smith?
Yay.
Aye.
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 Yeah, I'll be abstaining for personal reasons. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait.
We did say all in favor. I'm sorry. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
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 All right, I think we're good. All righty. Let me see if I can get it here. Payment of bills. Yes, Lower Paxton Township and Lower Paxton Township Authority. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the payment of our bills.
Okay, second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, board, do we have any announcements? Okay, the only thing I have is hopefully we'll all see you tomorrow night at National Night Out from 5 to 8 at George Park. With
Next
that-
meeting- Next
Rain
meeting.
or shine.
Motion to adjourn, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next meeting.